Hello everyone, my name is Alex and I'm a part of the Language Heritage family. I have a lesson about cognates in store for you guys today, so let's go ahead and do some learning. English and Spanish have a lot in common since they're both Indo-European languages. Cognates are words that have similar origins and meanings. In order to understand why both languages share so many of these, a small history lesson is due. So let's take a trip into the past. Many of the cultural exchanges in old Europe were forced by warfare. The introduction of Romantic words into English is no exception. When invading forces led by William the Conqueror stormed England in 1066, the Norman French language was introduced to the English people. This would then become the language spoken by the government for the next 300 years. Norman French and Spanish share the same father, which is Latin. Due to the absorption of a lot of Romantic vocabulary by English, it is common to see cognates not only between Spanish, French, and English, but also between other languages like Portuguese and Italian. Yet this wouldn't be the only event tying Spanish and English together. A lot more would then happen in the far shores of the Americas just a couple centuries later. Words from native languages like the Taíno or the Taíno Indians, Náhuatl of the Aztec Empire, and the many Mayan dialects spoken by the Mayan empires would then be absorbed into English and Spanish. Now we must understand that cognates are words that share similar origins and meanings. But what happens with words that have nothing to do with the Indo-European languages and their roots? Well, we simply call those words calques. Calques are words that were taken from their original languages in their intact forms and introduced into others. These words would then transform themselves into the languages that loaned them, and they would be completely different over time. We also call those loanwords, and we will see some of those as well. Now that we know why English and Spanish have so many cognates and share so many things in common, let's go ahead and take a look at some of them. There are two kinds of cognates: perfect cognates that are spelled the same way between both languages, and near-perfect cognates that have some alterations regarding spelling. Here we have some perfect cognates between Spanish and English. Let's take a look at them. Actor in English and actor in Spanish. Canal in English and canal in Spanish. For some near-perfect cognates, we have obstrucción in Spanish and obstruction in English, concentración in Spanish and concentration for English. Now let's take a look at some cognates. In Náhuatl, English, and Spanish, we have chocolatl for Náhuatl, chocolate for English, and chocolate for Spanish. For Taíno, English, and Spanish, we have huracán for Taíno, hurricane for English, and huracán for Spanish. For Mayan, English, and Spanish, we have cigar for Mayan, cigar for English, and cigarro for Spanish. For Taíno, English, and Spanish, we have papa in Taíno, potato in English, and patata in Spanish. Very interesting, right? In order to learn every language at its fullest, we need to learn some of its history. This will always enable us to understand it a lot better. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this video and that it helped you to learn a lot more about English and Spanish. Remember, my name is Alex, and I hope to see you all in the classroom soon.